Hey, what's going on? Welcome to Wild Finds, where I'm searching thrift stores for media items. Books, music, movies, stuff like that. I collect. I also resell. Part of the reason I like media for reselling purposes is it's usually very easy to ship, especially CDs and DVDs. But anyways, yes, let's see what we can find. DVDs here, Blu-rays, VHS, ooh, Halloween 2, still brand new, wow. Now Halloween, I remember Halloween. That's like a stupid kind of inside joke that I say. The Misfits have a song, Halloween, where Glenn Danzig goes, I remember Halloween. So whenever Halloween's brought up, I say, I remember Halloween. And I don't think many people know what I'm talking about, but I do it anyways. Very nice find right there. We got a Death Wish 2 here. That one's also brand new. Nice. Look who's talking to. This one looked brand new, but it's actually a former rental. And oh wow, this is crazy. So these records right here are basically just a lot of oldies, stuff that no one really cares about as much anymore. But someone must have donated some rock ones. There's a David Bowie, actually two David Bowies. There's a Disney one, I'll probably grab that one. A Led Zeppelin. Now there's a Nazareth. What's funny about Nazareth is they're not quite as heavy as this cover would imply. In fact, their like biggest hit is actually kind of like a soft rock song. The song Love Hurts, I'm sure you heard it before. But here is an actual heavy band. Judas Priest. Very nice. Very surprising to find these in this bin right here. I always check the condition of the records. You don't want them to be too scratched. They actually don't look too bad. This Disneyland one is a little bit dirty, but no major scratches that I see. These David Bowie ones look pretty good as well. Judas Priest. Unfortunately, the cover is completely split, but the record itself looks pretty good. So, great finds right here. The Zeppelin one is pretty heavily scratched though, but for $1, I'll grab it anyways. So now I'm at the Goodwill here, and surprisingly they had some pretty decent Blu-rays and like halfway decent pricing too. So Lost Season 6 for $3.99, that's a good deal. Surprisingly though, this isn't worth as much as I thought it would be. The DVD of Season 6 seems to be worth as much or a little bit more than the Blu-ray, surprisingly. They also got Season 5 here for $3.99, that's pretty decent. This Hellboy Steelbook right there. Deadpool 2 Collector's Edition, Annihilation. This is a really good movie. I have the DVD though, so I don't really need to own this. I might leave this behind, but I think I'm gonna grab this one, Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. This is a really, really good movie. It was actually my favorite movie that came out that year. They also had some pretty good DVDs as well. The Road, great movie. Already own it, don't need that. Host by the Cemetery. Lucio Fulci movie that's very like gory and weird and fun, but I own a better copy, so definitely don't need to grab that one. But I will grab this right here, Bride of the Reanimator. Very nice, and that one's $2.99. And now at this next thrift store here, and we got some CDs here. Enoch Shaw, Enoch Shaw, Enoch Shaw, Enoch Shaw, Enoch Shaw. They got Enoch Shaw, Enoch Shaw, Enoch Shaw, Enoch Shaw. Sheesh, Enoch is Enoch. They have a bunch of DVDs over here, not in the media room, and they appear to be donations from a library. And if I find anything good, I'll let you know. and ended up finding a few interesting ones. She's in the army now. This seems like an obscure movie with Jamie Lee Curtis. She joins the army, and this has an alternate title of G.I. Jones, Joans, which is a very, very bad name, so it's a good thing they renamed it here. I'll grab this one. It looks kind of entertaining and seems really obscure. Flesh and Blood. This might be Paul Verhoeven's first movie, and is really over-the-top violent as expected with Paul Verhoeven. And yeah, it's good, but I don't need it. I already own it. But I will grab this one for resale, Sleepy Hollow, the complete 4th season, and this one's to watch Hesher. I've been trying to track this down. I did find it once, but it was really, really scratched, so I passed on it. But here's another one, so very nice. And I would have grabbed this one, but it's just a little bit too scratched up. Johnny Suede, starring Brad Pitt. Now, them being scratched is to be expected with former library copies, but yeah, I would have grabbed this if it was better condition. Oh, here's something exciting. I was just at a public auction and I bought a bunch of records. Now, I already recorded myself showing off some auction finds, but I'll show that at the end of the video. Here's some more auction finds. Grab these records right here, and it was mostly, you know, there was some older records like just a single here, but most are like newer repressings, which is actually good because the new repressings are like 180 grams and, you know, higher quality. And actually more valuable. Like this record, for instance, the original I don't think is worth very much, but this repressing actually is. So very cool right there. And like this is like from the 2000s, the Spice Girls one. You got like Queen and a bunch of other cool stuff. So very happy with this lot. I got it for relatively cheap. Very nice. But one item right here, I actually think this is a vintage original pressing, this Guns N' Roses Use Your Illusion 2. It says here 1991, and that's the latest date I can find on it. If someone knows a little bit more about this than I do, please let me know in the comments. And today I'm at this thrift store here. Found a couple of interesting things here. This book, Charmed. I looked this up because I didn't realize they ever even put books out based on this TV show. So I thought it might be valuable, and it is. This, in better condition, would go for about 60 bucks. It's a library copy, but I can probably still get like 35, maybe even $40. So very good score on that. Also found this weird rap CD, Shod Rap, and it looks like a bunch of white hunters from Wisconsin. Very weird item here. Some bangers on this CD: You Can't Catch Fish, Bust a Goose, and my favorite, Criminy Cripes. Over here, there's an Aristocats figure here. It doesn't seem to have a price, but I'm sure it's only $1 or $2. Online, this seems to go for about 20-25 bucks, so that's worth grabbing right there. And it even lights up. Very nice. Okay, so now at home, and I wanted to take the time to show off some of my Goodwill finds, also some public auction finds. Got a bunch of really, really cool stuff. And let's start with this right there. We got a cassette, a holder thingy, and I found this cassette in the bins, and these tapes were inside of it. So it made it very easy to pick these all up in one swoop. Bunch of good artists right there. Very, very cool. Very happy about the Ozzy and the Metallica ones, Iron Maiden, Dio. Very cool. A few others were in here as well. Herman the German. Very nice. Also grabbed this, the Terminator clamshell. What a great movie. I already own this, but yeah, I wanted to grab another one. So cool. And oh my god, this item right here, DuckTales, The Quest for Gold. Now this is an old computer game. I guess IBM game. I don't know if what that means exactly, like if it only runs on IBM computers or what, but yeah, this just looks so cool. And as it says right there, actual IBM screenshots. So those are the actual graphics. Not sure if it's an adventure game or an action game, but yeah, very cool right there. And moving on, found this one, Worm Eaters. Now this just looks idiotic, and apparently it is from what I heard, but you know, I wanted to grab it. It does seem though that most people agree that it's not a good movie at all. It's just very gross and dumb. But yes, the Worm Eaters. This was kind of interesting, the Netflix for Nintendo Wii startup disc. Also found these right here, the Tomorrow People. And I think this is a British sci-fi show. I really don't know too much about it, but it does seem like it would be kind of cool. I don't really have the time to watch a show I'm not like fully interested in. I think there's like 8 seasons of this, so I probably won't get around to watching that, but did wanted to show it off there. Also grabbed these games right here. I already have played both of these. Spider-Man, I borrowed that from Mark Gallagher, who's a very nice young man. Thank you, Mark. And now I have my own copy. And this right here, I didn't like this when it first came out, and I still don't really like the story, but the action, the gameplay is so fantastic. It's actually one of my favorite games of all time, despite not really liking the story. They kind of messed up the story in it, and I feel the same way about the TV show. The first season of the TV show changes a little bit, but it's still like pretty good. The second season of The Last of Us, it's so bad. I'll probably watch the full series like when they release more episodes, but I was not happy with the second season at all. But anyways, yes, moving on here, we got this one, Heavy Metal. And it's kind of funny, you see DVDs like this that advertise Super Bit, as if like I'm supposed to know what that means, or that like this would be a big selling point for people. It actually says here, Super Bit DVDs utilize a high bitrate digital transfer process. As if people care. Like, I'd rather have it just be a regular cover. But anyways, yes, had to grab the Heavy Metal. Grab this one, Sling Blade with the Monsters Ball. And Sling Blade is out of print and kind of valuable. It's not streaming, as far as I know. And this one, surprisingly, isn't really worth that much more than just this single issue release. So you get an extra movie, and it costs about the same as, you know, if you bought Sling Blade alone. This one looked kind of cool. Foo Fighters, Sonic Highways. The Duff, the Zombies, you know, concert DVD right there. That seems kind of obscure. I was very surprised to find this, Knuckle Puck. Now, they're an obscure pop punk band, and I had found their t-shirt maybe a month and a half ago, and just recently I found the LP. I guess it's like an EP, but, you know what I mean. And also found this. I haven't watched this before, Capturing the Freedmans. Very, like, disturbing documentary, but I remember it being good. Also found this one. I don't really know what this one's all about, but seemed like a rare item, so grab that. Also grabbed this Metallica Live DVD. This seems like a rare item as well. Got some Blu-rays, Spider-Man, and oh my god, I was so happy to find this, Blue Ruin. This is one of my favorite movies. I love Blue Ruin by the director of Green Room and other movies as well. And this might be my favorite movie by him. It's very, like, you know, kind of a slow burn, but also very violent. Kind of like a No Country for Old Men, maybe. I don't know what to compare it to, but yes, Blue Ruin is awesome. Dumb and Dumber classic, 16 Candles, that's still brand new. Also found some VHS. These are probably not good movies at all, but these covers look awesome. These are Spanish language VHS action movies right here. So recently I had read Robert Rodriguez's book, Rebel Without a Crew, and his first movie, El Mariachi, he made for super cheap and was gonna just put it out like as a straight-to-video Spanish movie, but you know, it got picked up by a big studio. But if it didn't, it would have been like just kind of a movie like this, which is kind of interesting. And I probably won't even watch these. They're not even in English, but still cool items right there. Bunch of more VHS here. I already own this one, but grabbed another one. Walking Tall 2, cool cover. I own this one already as well. The Coming Out of the Shells tour VHS. My buddy Mike, he actually went to this concert as a kid. Lucky. Grab this WCW NWO Dallas Diamond Dallas Page VHS. This one Mitchell right here. Now, Mercury Science Theater 3000, they covered this movie, but here's like just the standard VHS tape right there. Very cool cover. This, I'm sure this movie's awful right here. Shriek, if you know what I did last Friday the 13th. But I'll probably give that a watch. This one's, you know, backwards here. But we got the Star Fox 64 VHS tape. Now, I think you would get these for free. I think they were a mail order item. Or it says Toys R Us. Maybe they gave them away for free at Toys R Us. I'm not really sure. Don't remember. Time Bandits. That's the full flap one right there. Very cool. Prehysteria. WCW Sting one. And had to grab this Maniac Cop. But this is a bootleg copy. But just wanted to show that off anyways. But this is not a bootleg. It is in a cut box. But yeah, The Night Brings Charlie. And oh my god, such an awesome find. When I'm out thrifting, this is exactly the type of thing I'm looking for. And it was a pretty good movie. Because it was so low budget, it actually made it creepier, in my opinion. And this isn't on DVD or Blu-ray. It's streaming on YouTube. Someone uploaded it, but it's a very crappy quality, version on there. So owning this is very, very cool. If this wasn't a cut box, it would be worth about $70. Because it is cut, it's probably more like maybe $40 or so. But to me, that's like worth it. Like, I see why someone would pay that much for something like this that you can't find on DVD or Blu-ray. But what I don't really get is why people pay like $200 for Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Like, you can easily find a $5 or $10 DVD or Blu-ray of Killer Clowns. So, like, why would you pay that much for a VHS? But for something like this, it actually does make sense to me. And yes, very happy to find this one and put this into my collection. So we got some Mystery Science Theater here. I actually think I did find a Mystery Science Theater copy of Mitchell. Maybe not. Maybe I'm confused here. But yes, cool finds. Found a bunch of Dragon Ball Z. Found these Star Wars steelbooks. Very nice, very nice. And also, last but not least, some auction finds. And at the auction, they had a bunch of TV box sets, and I paid $50 for all the DVDs, and it included these right here. And this one right here alone is worth $50, so this paid for the whole lot, and I'm very happy about this. Got a bunch of these sets here. Some of these are brand new, still sealed. Married with Children, already own that one. Very cool. American Horror Story complete seasons 1 through 7. Very nice. The Vampire Diaries complete series. Oh yeah. But that's going to do it for this video. I do appreciate you watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I'll see you next time around.